Today I wanted to talk a little bit about energy and intentionality. I'm sure by now you all have probably heard that saying, where your mind goes, energy flows. Now when I first heard that saying, I thought, okay, yeah, whatever, it makes sense. So where my thoughts are going, all my energy is gonna go. So let's say, for example, I want to put all my focus into my career. All I can think about is my career. So that's what I'm going after, is my career. And that was pretty much the end of my thought for that. And I pushed it to the side. But I didn't really stop and think about how all-encompassing that really is. Most of last year, I was pretty down most of the time. I was unhappy with myself, with my life, with the direction that I was going. And while I knew that I needed to put some sort of work, some sort of input into physically trying to change my situation, for some reason it didn't click in my head that I have to stop and take mental and spiritual inventory, which eventually led into more authenticity towards who I really am, towards really what I want in life. But going back to the intentionality is just obviously where you're doing something with purpose, you're doing something with some sort of vision, and the energy that you put behind it is physical, yes, but it's also mental and spiritual. So the physical part, that's all I knew how to do, was just work. But my mental diet was bad. I focused so much on what was going wrong in my life that I never actually took the time to stop. And first of all, which is going to sound cliche, but you know what? To be grateful for what I had and to see what was going right. So my attention or my energy was going directly towards the negative. So guess what? That's all I ever saw was the negative. So what I ended up starting to do is trying to write out what I was grateful for. And I won't lie, sometimes I rushed through my morning. I would wake up late and I wouldn't write it down, but I would at least say it out loud. So something that I do every morning, I thank God that I'm awake for another day, and I pray for protection over myself and my family. And then I go about my day, but I started saying things that I was grateful for. And eventually I started learning how to watch my mental diet, aka how do you talk to yourself? How do you view things? So if you see something, like let's say that you want to start a business. Okay, so what are your thoughts surrounding business? Are you so focused on the percentage of people that fail or the percentage of people that make it? Are you focusing on, oh, well, I want to do it, I want to market, but I don't feel that I don't fit this mold that you think that you have. I feel that I'm not adequate enough. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think that I will make it. So you keep telling yourself that. You put yourself down, and ultimately, maybe you do go ahead and take that leap and you start, but you are so much in your head that you don't move forward. Or you're the opposite way of, you know what? I can do this. I am worth it. I am worthy. I'm more than capable. I know that I'll succeed. And you go ahead and you take the steps. And maybe at first you don't see it all come together right away, but you still make that step forward. You still take those steps actually forward every single day, and you stay believing. And that is the same thing with a business, with wanting to change your appearance. So let's say you want to work out. Let's say that you want to advance in a job, anything. So yes, taking physical action is important, but also watching how you talk to yourself, watching your thoughts surrounding these subjects are also important. And if you are just thinking so negatively and you feel that you're keeping yourself back, just say to yourself every single day at least one thing. You can say, I'm so grateful for my life. Everything is going well. I'm so grateful for myself. I am great. And if you feel that you are in such a negative mind space that it's hard for you to even think these thoughts, or maybe you're suffering from lack of self-love, just do one little step, do one sentence every single day until you start to develop more of a, I'm not going to say positive mindset, but until you improve your mindset surrounding those areas that you want to improve in your life. Also, energy and intentionality has to do with where you go, your environment, who you surround yourself with, who do you talk to. And that's not to say, oh, just pack up and move and stop talking to everybody. No, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, unless that's really what you want to do, but that's completely up to you. The whole thing about it is, if you keep yourself surrounded in the same toxic environment, the same people that maybe they drag you down, or maybe they just have habits that don't align with what you want, you need to start to focus on yourself and focus on what it is that you want. Start making changes as you need to. And like I said, that's not to say, oh, you're gonna have to get rid of everybody, or because also nobody's perfect. All of us have our flaws. All of us have things that we want to improve on. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that you're doing what you need to, so that way you can get to where you want to be. And of course, stay consistent and persistent no matter what happens. Things are not always going to be linear. Things will not go perfectly, or sometimes they happen slower or even faster than you originally thought. But the thing is to just keep going, because taking a bunch of consistent steps is better than taking a big leap and then all of a sudden you don't do anything. So stay stubborn in that. Go after what it is that you want. Believe in yourself. You don't need any validation outside of yourself. You believe in you. You know what you're capable of. So go out and go seize what it is that you want. And if you're afraid to take a risk, just remember, sometimes it's worth to take that risk and get that life that you always wanted, versus staying comfortable and you stay living the life that you hate. So I don't know who needed to hear this today, but I hope that it helps, and I hope that you stay blessed. Let's have an amazing year.